One of the biggest metaphysical discoveries that I realized was what I call the forced field or the force field. And it's like when you're around somebody, people, or a group, and you feel this imminent pressure, right? You feel this huge, immense energy of this force that's like pushing on you to where you're almost immobilized in fear. How I describe this is what I think it is when you're born into this world, you're super light and you're having fun and everything is magical and whimsical. And the amount of times that lasts, it could be a few years, it could be throughout your entire childhood. But when you're younger, you have no anxiety about doing anything. You can sing, you can dance, you can draw, you don't mind exploring, you like playing, you try out different berries that you pick from a bush, you like to explore, you like to wear colorful clothes and dress up and do all those different things, right? Then there's this thing that happens where you start noticing like this pressure, this crippling anxiety, where it's like things that didn't scare you before, things that didn't make you nervous, all of a sudden, you're petrified. You're terrified. And in some cases, you can think of the exact moment when it happened. Then you get to this point to where every single thing that you do, it's like you know that there's a risk associated with it. You know that you have to do it just right or else. This anxiety comes from oppression. This anxiety comes from a systematic set of abuses. And what I mean by that is when you have a group of people, a culture, a system that's designed to control you, of course it's going to push back against any effort for you to assert yourself, for you to have a sense of autonomy, for you to have a sense of freedom. You may have noticed that certain emotions, such as being joyful, being peaceful, being playful, or lighthearted, come with repercussions almost. It's like you start getting attacked. You get attacked for being lighthearted. You get attacked for being trusting. You may even get attacked for being childlike. There are certain people that if they sense that lightheartedness, that innocent heart, that you've still held on to that and maintained that, it's like they start rising against you, plotting against you. Well, why is that? My take on that is it's an actual force field. It's an energetic field. It's a system of oppression that has been put on people from the time they were very young in order to control them. But the entire thing is mental, emotional. However, as time goes along, the more that anxiety and those emotions get ingrained, the more they become a part of your day-to-day life, habits, thought processes, it becomes almost impossible to escape them. And your character and who you are becomes shaped by the anxieties and by the negative set of emotions that have been placed upon you. You might ask, so how do you break out of that? It takes a really long time in some cases to break out of that. Most people never will. I'm going to give you a series, and a list of things here. Okay. First of all, workout. Eat healthy. Don't do it for the external validation. In fact, don't do anything for external validation. Do it for yourself. Set goals, personal goals, that you're doing for yourself, whatever that may be. For some people, it could be writing 1 page in a book every single day. That's a personal goal. There's a guy, he's really interesting. I've read I have one of his books here. He became a multimillionaire, and I'm not saying that money should be the goal, but he became a multimillionaire by writing 1 page every single day for his book. That's it, just 1 page. And as a result, as the years went by, he ended up publishing like 6 or 7 books. Some of them became bestsellers. 1 page a day, that's like 5 years. It's a brand new book. And that's exactly what happened. He would put out a book maybe every 5 to 7 years, and that may seem like a long time, but he has like 6 or 7 books out. 1 page a day can turn into a book after a few years. Just 1 page a day, which might take you, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? That could be your personal goal, or it could be something much simpler. It could be something much larger, but start off by that. But the key is, don't be motivated or driven by external validation. The whole system functions by getting you to believe that you need things outside of yourself, that you need other people's approval, that you need other people's acknowledgement, that you need other people to verify you, to validate you in order for you to exist. So that's why you have people chasing money and cars and clothes and jewelry and all of these different things to validate themselves. And it can go much, much further than that. And it's based on falsehoods and ideas that were taught to them by the media and other people around them from the time they were very young. Here's the funny part, though. The irony is, when you were little, and you had that lightheartedness and that innocence and that playfulness and that warmth. You had everything. You had everything everybody wants. But for many people, by the time they get all of those trinkets and objects, they lose that very thing that matters the most. They don't even have the ability to enjoy it anymore. It's just temporary. It's fleeting. It lasts for like 15 minutes and it's gone. But that sense of innocence and playfulness and soulfulness and joy, it's there all of the time. You could be camping in a tent and be super happy and have a great time, have the best time ever. You could be at a concert. You could be in a high rise, in a mansion. It doesn't matter. You always feel good. That's soulfulness, joyfulness. That's what it's about. It's not about the materialism. It's not about the objects. But if you recognize that truth, that may not be the best thing for creating a consumer class, right? Creating a perfect consumer. You don't want a perfect consumer to be not focused on materialism and objects and to live simply. You need to have what's called created wants. You need them to be craving objects and things outside of themselves. And most importantly, seeking external validation. So many guys still think if they have that red sports car and big muscles and women see them and they get that external validation and those reactions, that it'll mean something. That they'll feel a certain way about themselves that they actually can have access to right now. Of course, that doesn't mean don't improve yourself. But it's not about chasing external validation. But getting back to the point about force fields, when you start to realize that you don't need external validation, and when you start to break out of seeking, if I just had this, if I just had that, everything would be perfect, you may find that there's an immense pressure to put you right back into that box. Like I said, there's a system attached to it. When you're thin, when you have a perfect body, when you have lots of money, when you live in an amazing place, when you have cars and jewelry and all of that different stuff, you're not going to feel any better. You may think, wow, if I have that, I'm going to feel like everything's going to be perfect. And then you get it, and the feeling lasts, again, for like 15 minutes. Some people have experienced it when they want a car so bad and they get the car and they're all excited about it. And then like after a couple of days, they don't even care that they have the car anymore. It's convenient, but who cares, right? That force field, I believe, is a metaphysical thing. I believe that it's actually placed on people to control people. I think it's placed on people very young, and it's an energetic way of keeping people in their place, keeping people from venturing too far into creativity, fun, play, and not being dependent on consumer culture. What happens when you build an entire society, when you build an entire system that's reliant on consumerism and actually needs you to buy into created wants in order for the system to survive? Whoo, that's when you start getting into some heavy stuff. And when you challenge that system, it's like people might get sent in, events may happen that try to pressure you to go right back into that box. But you don't have to live in that box. Not unless you want to. Now, I do enjoy consumerism, healthy consumerism. I like makeup and clothes and buying nice things, and it's fun. But I don't think it should get to the point of defining you. Break out of the force field. Break out of that push to keep you small, to keep you feeling repressed, to keep you feeling constricted. Break out of it. Be free. Like that famous quote, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Now, I feel like that quote is nice, but it leaves out a lot. Have no fear. Have no fear. And not just because, well, life's not guaranteed to us and stuff like that, but have fun. And sometimes fun is just being present. Just watching, just seeing, just experiencing, because it's going to be temporary. It's finite. Hope you have an awesome, great, amazing rest of the day. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already, and click the notification bell and set it to all. I hope you have an awesome, fun, cool, amazing rest of the day. Let me know what you think. What are you doing to build up your confidence? Or what are you doing to reduce your anxiety? All right, talk to you later.